Hello and welcome back to my channel. As you might be able to see, I am in a different setting, and that's because we are finally in our flat. It took a long time, but we got there. We're now moved in. We've still got boxes to unpack and things to put away, so I'm not going to do like a home tour or anything like that anytime soon, not until it's ready. We don't actually have sofas at the moment, so everything's a bit crazy. But today what I thought I would do, because I am trying, now we're in the flat, to be a bit healthier and to eat healthier foods. I've done our first food shop, and I thought I would do a what's in my fridge video, so you can see what kinds of fresh foods I've bought to last us for the week. So I'm going to take you on a little tour of my fridge so you can see what I've got inside. So without further ado, let's get to my fridge. Okay, so this is my fridge, and I'm going to apologise because the lighting isn't great in my kitchen. All the light comes from the other end of the room, and there's no light actually at this end of the room. So I will start with the drawers because that's probably where the healthiest food is. So I'll start with this drawer, and we did buy all this yesterday. So the first thing is some mixed leaf salad. This is the washed and ready to eat salad from Aldi. I can't remember how much it was, but to be honest, we were just grateful to get some lettuce with all the lettuce shortage going on. We've also got in here some cherry tomatoes. These again are just your bog standard cherry tomatoes, and yeah. We also have a cucumber. I love cucumber, put that in my salad. And we've also got, so I chopped up some onion earlier and I'm going to be using the rest. So this is just a bag with red onion in. I don't usually leave onions in the fridge unless I've cut some of it and I don't want the rest to go funny. So this is just some red onion that I've already started to chop. We've also got in here some spring onion, again just for going in salads and things. I like spring onion, like it with cheese, like it in tuna pasta salad, which I'm going to be making later on as well as like a batch cook. We also have an iceberg lettuce, and to be honest, I was actually surprised to get an iceberg lettuce. As I said, with the whole lettuce shortage thing that's going on at the moment. So yeah, we picked up a lettuce as well. And finally in this drawer, oh, the light's gone off in my fridge. Finally in this drawer we have some carrots, and Jack, oh, the light's going on and off, on and off. So yeah, Jack isn't the biggest fan of carrots apparently, this has just come to light, but these are good for either with hummus, or I don't know what my fridge is doing in the background, sorry, it's having a disco, but I like to put these into things like I chop them up really small and put them in chili, or I mash them together with stuff, or I have them with like hummus and things like that. So yeah, love carrots, or grated up in salad. Okay, so the drawer next to that drawer has more fruit in it. Oh, I don't want to tip these up and spill them, but I've got some raspberries here, which I had today with my breakfast. I've also got some kiwi fruit. I really like kiwi fruit. So yeah, planning on having that as like snacks and with breakfast and maybe in a smoothie. Points on smoothies, obviously on Slimming World you're supposed to sin your smoothies. At the minute I am pregnant and I do sometimes get just random cravings for smoothies. I think it's just because my body feels like it needs a hit of fruit. So at the moment I'm not sinning my smoothies, but obviously if you're following Slimming World then do sin the fruit accordingly. Next up we have some easy peelers. These, again, I get them because they're easy to peel. I like to take them with me to work. Like today I already pre-peeled some and put them in a Tupperware pot with some apples and some grapes, which coincidentally are coming up in this fridge tour. Let me put those back before it spills everywhere. And then I also have the apples that I was talking about as well. I like to keep them in the fridge. I know not everybody does keep their apples in the fridge, but I like to have mine refrigerated. I feel like they stay fresher and crisper and sweeter for longer. And then because the drawers just weren't big enough to fit all of the fruit and the vegetables in that we've bought, it has spilled onto the next shelf. So carrying on with the fruit, I've also got the grapes. Like I said, I took some grapes with me to work today. So I like to have these as snacks as well, or free food if you're following Slimming World. If you're not on Slimming World, it's just good to have fruit on hand. Okay, further back, we have, oh, if I can get it out, we have a red cabbage. I like to have red cabbage cooked and raw. So if I have it raw, I'll put it in salad. If I have it cooked, there's a recipe by Joe Wicks that I like to follow, which is like red cabbage and meatballs. I have in my freezer the corn meatballs, and if I can find the recipe anywhere, I will link it down below. But it's one that I saw on his Instagram, so do check out Joe Wicks on Instagram for all of his lean in 15 recipes, because I use this in one of those. Moving on, we have some closed cup mushrooms. I'm a mushroom lover. I know that some people really hate mushrooms, but I am of the category of people that love mushrooms, and I will add them to everything. I will have them in any kind of food. I'll add them to spaghetti, add them to stews, casseroles. Obviously I'll have them with breakfast as well and things like that. So yeah, love mushrooms. Oh, and with like spaghetti carbonara and things like that. Obviously Slimming World versions of all these foods. Okay, so moving further over still, we have some British leeks. I like to make leek and potato soup, and there's also the cockaliki soup that I like to make as well. Well, I've not made it personally. The cockaliki soup my stepmom used to make for me, and obviously now that we are living in our own flat, I will have to make it for myself. So I've got some leeks, so I can try give that a go. And I also might make a leek and potato soup as well, depending on how much I can get out of these leeks. Underneath the leeks, we have some celery. Celery I do add to salads sometimes. I'll also add them to cooked food, but mostly I like to have them chopped up, and my fridge is doing a disco again. Mostly I like to have them chopped up and to eat them with hummus and things. Okay, and finally for the fruits and vegetables, I think, oh wait, we have some mixed peppers. Usually I like to get more of a variety than just red and green. I do like the yellow peppers and the orange peppers you can get as well, but this is all they had left in Aldi, however you want to say it. So yeah, peppers I like to add to things like chili. Also like to have them with fajitas, which is Jack's favourite. So got some peppers there. Coincidentally, I've also got some frozen peppers in the freezer. Obviously, where else would you keep frozen peppers? Oh, and one more thing, which is in the side of the fridge in the drawer, I've got some garlic bulbs. And I don't know if you're supposed to keep garlic in the fridge or not. I just was running out of places to put things, and so this got chucked in the side drawer in the fridge, but we also have some garlic as well. So moving on to some meaty products. If you don't eat meat, feel free to skip past this part of the video, but I know that a lot of people that will follow my channel do eat meat, so this is the meat section. And firstly we have some smoked back bacon. I prefer the smoked variety of bacon. I just feel like it has more flavour. Obviously if you're following Slimming World, you cut the fat off. You can also buy the bacon medallions that come without the fat, but this was what we saw in Aldi, so this is what we picked up. And next I have the 5% fat lean beef mince. I am going to be cooking a chili after filming this video, so that's why this is in the fridge and I haven't frozen it, because I am getting ready to cook that, so I'll have that for dinner tonight, and there'll also be a few portions left over to freeze as well, so we can have for either dinners later on in the week or for lunches and things like that. So on the shelf above, I've also got some sandwich meats. So we've got the wafer thin sweet chili chicken, and also got the wafer thin cooked ham, and these are only £1 in Asda. So we did do a mixed shop. We've got some bits from Aldi, some bits from Asda. I think in the freezer we've got some bits from Farm Foods as well. So we've shopped all over the place. Obviously, living on our own, we are on a budget now, so we're just trying to make the money stretch as far as we can. And I have some Beautifully Butterly Light. I don't buy branded butter. I don't, you know, it does the same thing. Well, this is spread, I suppose, but yeah, I've got the light version. So if you are having Slimming World, if you follow Slimming World, then obviously this is less sins than full fat butter. But by no means is butter bad for you in moderation. Now moving on to the yogurt section, I've got the Naturally Fat-Free Yogurt by Brooklyn. This is the normal yogurt, and then we've also got, for Jack, I believe, some Greek style yogurt, and this one isn't 0% fat, so I probably won't eat this, but Jack will probably eat this, and I'll have the normal natural yogurt. And then next to that we have a variety of yogurts. I'll just show you the front too because they're all the same really. And I get the Brooklyn Light, which is sort of a dupe for the Muller Light. Let me just focus in on the yogurt. So yeah, this is the Brooklyn Light Vanilla Yogurt. This has the sprinkled with dark chocolate bits inside it. And then I've also got as well the orange chocolate as well. And they taste exactly the same as Muller Lights, but they are pennies in comparison when you're comparing price. So if you are on a budget like us and you don't want to stretch to pay for the Muller Lights, then this is a really good option, and these you can get in Aldi, however you want to say it. Okay, so we're moving up to the top shelf now. Ooh, up we go. And so up here I've got some cheeses. I have some garlic and herb soft cheese. Let me just focus that. So yeah, I've got some garlic and herb soft cheese, spready cheese. This is in the 50% less fat. So I'm not sure if this can be used as a healthy extra A, but if it is, then obviously it's better for you than the full fat. If it's not, then it would be less sins. I like garlic herb. I'm guessing it's along the same lines as the Philadelphia cheese. I've not had this particular brand before. This was just one that we picked up in Aldi, and I'm looking forward to giving that a go. And then I've also got some British cheddar cheese. This is the 30% less fat variety, and I like to have that with cheese sandwiches, grated on top of chilli. I'm basically a big cheese lover, so I will have cheese with pretty much anything. So normally my healthy extras do get used up on cheese and milk in my tea. Obviously being pregnant has its perks, and I get 2 healthy extra A's a day, so I get double the amount of cheese, double the amount of milk, or I can have both and not have to feel guilty about it. So yay for being pregnant. And then finally for cheese, because you know 2 varieties of cheese wasn't enough, I've also got the Primula Light, and this is used quite often in the nacho style feast recipes that you may have seen online. I will link one down below. The Primula Light, 40% fat. I think you can only get it in Asda. It's the only place I've seen it, and you can have, I think, 75 grams. I will, if I'm wrong, put somewhere that I'm wrong, but I think it's 75 grams you can have of this as a healthy extra A, so which is I think half of the tube, which is quite a lot of cheese. So if you are making sort of nacho style, this is that kind of spready cheese, melty cheese, and it's really good for that. So yeah, Primula Light. Okay, so further at the top, I've got this which came in a sauced box. And it's a Halo Cocoa coconut milk and vanilla drink. It is dairy free. I haven't tasted it. I think Jack is gonna drink this. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's just hanging out in the fridge as well. And we've also got, oh, if I can stretch. Obviously I'm not saying that this is healthy in any way, but I do like to have a fizzy drink every now and then. And the Tropical Twist Zero and Tropical Blast Zero even from Aldi taste exactly like Lilt. So if you like Lilt, then this is a really good dupe for Lilt. So check that out, Aldi, if you were a Lilt lover. like myself. So that's everything for the main body of the fridge. I'll take you round to the door. Okay, so as you can see, I've got some drinks here. Not all fantastic, but not the worst. I've got some semi-skimmed milk. Before I got pregnant, when I was following Slimming World, I used to get the skimmed milk or almond milk, things like that, because you can have more of it for your healthy extra. But since being pregnant, I've been trying to up my calcium a bit because I felt like I wasn't getting enough milk in me, enough calcium in me. I did go through a phase of loving milk, which I may have mentioned in one of my videos. So yeah, I switched to semi-skimmed. We've also got some tropical juice. Again, this is really high in sugar, so by no means is it on plan or healthy in any particular way, but I do like to have some of this tropical juice as a treat every now and then, and Jack really likes the tropical one as well. Moving along, in this water bottle I've got some squash ready made up. I'll show you the squash actually, because obviously it's not in the squash bottle, but I like to get the peach. Oh, let me just focus it. So I like to get the no added sugar peach fruit and barley, and I do keep a bottle made up in the fridge so that it's cold, and I'm also more likely to drink it. I know it seems silly that making up some squash could seem like a hassle, but I'm more likely to drink the squash if it's ready made up, and if it's not, I'm more likely to reach for something fizzy or just, I don't know, go without drinking, because I'm not very good at keeping my liquid intake up. So love peach squash, it is my favourite, and that is what I keep made up in the fridge. And the last drink in the fridge as well, again fizzy, so it's not healthy, but it is the Dr. Pepper 0 calories. So if you're on Slimming World, the 0 Dr. Pepper is sin free, so you can drink that and not have to feel too guilty. Obviously if you're trying to be healthy, then I would skip the fizzy drinks altogether, because they're not the best for you. But if you do like a fizzy drink every now and then, the 0 sugar options are obviously better for you. And then moving on, so in terms of condiments, I do have some lighter than light mayonnaise, because it is less sins per tablespoon than the normal and full fat mayonnaise. So I like to have mayo, and I'll mix mayo and yogurt together when I'm making a pasta salad, so I'm using less of the mayo, and obviously the 0% fat yogurt is sin free, so yes, like that. Salad cream as well. I love salad cream. I think salad cream's a bit of a love-hate thing, because Jack hates salad cream and so does my dad, funnily enough, but I love salad cream, so I've got some of that as well. And since I'm the only one that's going to be eating this will probably last me a while. I'm not sure what the date is on it. I've got till September, so yes, this will probably get eaten anyway. And then I've got 2 types of hummus. One is for Jack and one is for myself. So I'll show you Jack's one first, because this one is not reduced fat, but it is very tasty, and this is the red pepper hummus. Again, this is an oldie purchase, but I think you can get the reduced fat red pepper hummus in places like Morrison's and Asda, and maybe other Aldi's have this in a reduced fat version, but unfortunately Aldi, however you want to say it, didn't have the red pepper in reduced fat, which is a shame, because the red pepper is my favourite hummus. But for me, I have got the reduced fat normal hummus, and sorry, my fridge is still having a bit of a disco in the background, but yeah, I've got just the normal reduced fat hummus. I do occasionally make Slimming World hummus, just depends on how productive I'm feeling, but it's nice to have this on hand sometimes, because it's better to have this with some vegetables than a packet of crisps, the way I see it. So I'd rather have this and sin it and have the veggies with it than just munch a bag of crisps, which is bad for you. And then at the top we've also got some eggs, but I'm not going to show you eggs because that's not very exciting. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed having a nosy around my fridge. Sorry if it wasn't the most exciting video. Obviously there's people out there that are going to say that's not healthy, and I am fully aware that not everything in my fridge is 100% healthy. But following the Slimming World plan, a majority of it is sin-free, it's speed food, it's food that's going to keep you full, and obviously everyone likes to have a treat every now and then. Keep in mind I'm pregnant, and sometimes you just need some tropical juice in your life. So I will try and link anything I mentioned linking. I will try and link anything I mentioned linking down below. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this kind of video, and leave a comment down below. And do subscribe to my channel because it really makes me feel good when I see all you new subscribers joining me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!